What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Calgary Barbell. I am finishing my week of training and getting ready for Christmas, and it's snowing in Calgary. It's beautiful. La-di-da. Yesterday did some squats, repeated my squats from Monday actually. So worked up to 501, which is 227.5 kilos. Got 5 triples there, and they were way better than Monday. So I'm really happy that, pain was probably below 1 out of 10 on any given set. So pretty happy with how those went, and we'll be able to add a couple kilos next week, which is a good thing. And then went on to just really kind of shit the bed on my bench press. My raw bench, the single was a 10 at what was about a 9.5 last week, so that's not good. Holy triceps. And then I went out to do my volume, 5x5 at 142.5, which is 313, 314. And got to the last 2 sets, missed a rep on both of the last 2 sets, whereas last week I missed a rep on 1 set. Basically what I've come to the conclusion is that I've been overreaching and pushing my bench too far, too fast, and focusing too much on the numbers, not enough on the process. So I've got these goals in my head, and I know that that last training cycle my bench was going really well and things were speedy and things were flying, but this isn't last developmental cycle. So I need to dial things back, give myself a little bit more room to continue to progress week to week, and I think I'll see a lot more progress there. So I think it's salvageable, but right now I'm kind of hitting the wall with my bench press. Today came in, did some work against chains, worked up to 310 with 50 kilos of chains, so it was just under 800 pounds, I think 794 at the top, and moved pretty good. Pulled to the Top Gun soundtrack because I find that inspirational, and I love that soundtrack. And if you don't, then just leave. Just stop watching and go home, go away. All right, so our question of the day today comes from Michael Letkowicz. I hope I'm saying that right. But Michael wants to know, or Mike rather, I think he prefers to go by. So Mike accumulated some acute soreness in his low back and started using Hatfield squats. For those of you who don't know, a Hatfield squat is where you squat with the safety squat bar on your back, but you put your hands on the rack to help keep your torso upright and sort of guide yourself into position in the bottom. And he was using that to sort of rehab himself because that was the variation that he found he could do pain-free. He wants to know if that, or what my opinion is on that type of squatting, and whether or not I feel it's sufficient as a squat or leg developer for the general public and or for athletes. So I guess the biggest thing that I want to talk about to answer that question is going to be finding a variation that works when you're rehabbing an injury. Do I think that a Hatfield squat is going to give you as much benefit as a a back squat? No, I don't think that I think you're gonna miss out on a lot of the stabilizing elements, and I think you're gonna miss out on a lot of the development of your core, learning to transfer force from the legs to the torso, etc. But is that variation sufficient when you're coming back from an injury or you can't do other squats? Absolutely. So anytime we're talking about maintaining a certain adaptation, whether that's strength or hypertrophy, the generally accepted rule of thumb is that if you do a third of the amount of work that got you that adaptation, you're gonna be able to hold on to most of it, if not all of that adaptation. So if you can do a Hatfield squat to prevent yourself from atrophying, to prevent yourself from losing the central nervous adaptation that is your strength or your coordination, then that's gonna be way more beneficial than not doing anything, right? So if you can't squat at all, but you can do leg presses, again, you've found sort of a workaround to maintain more strength while your body heals itself, while you figure out what the issue is, or whatever you need to do. So I think it's always important to find workarounds. I think if you can do a Hatfield squat and that doesn't bother your back, but you can't squat with a straight bar on your back yet, then absolutely the Hatfield squat is a good workaround. And I think that anytime you run into an injury and you can work around it and still work those muscle groups or still work parts of that movement, it's going to be really beneficial. Things like the slingshot, pressing against boards, whatever you need to do to take pressure off of that injury, allow it to heal, it's going to be very beneficial. So that's it for today. I think this video is going to come out after Christmas, so I hope everybody had a great Christmas. I hope everybody's gearing up for a fantastic New Year's, and we will see you in the next video. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure to hit that like, subscribe, and please ask us more questions. We love answering questions. Ask us questions. See ya.